takers? Come on, you chickens.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Last episode, we found out that we have a safe haven at the end of time. And we also know that we can use the teleports as we discover them while we look for the Star Stone. Now, we had a tip to check out perhaps Cecilia. Now, she was taking a bath. We need to get this other pyramid. Now, she's not in the bath anymore. Roderick, you need to get out of there. Let's go inside the building over here and see if there's anybody we can speak with to maybe draw her out of the room. I'm not real sure if she's going to leave it.
Let us see if you can choose.
All right, so we're in the town hall. This is Mayor Cecil's office. Let's talk to Cecil.
What? Oh, it's you. Come closer then. Closer, huh? My ears aren't what they used to be. Nor my eyes, for that matter. Yes, hello, Source Hunter. Our city welcomes you.
Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
My elf? What elf?
You really are hard of hearing, aren't you?
Oh, myself. I am Cecil, Mayor of Sicil, and husband of the stately Cecilia. I've been the mayor here for decades, and I'm quite eager to see Sicil through these difficult times. Yes, very difficult times indeed.
What are the issues that you're having right now?
What? Oh, you mean Sicil? Very difficult times indeed. As though the death of Jake, and by source magic no less, weren't enough. We're also facing all sorts of brutish intruders. The undead have overrun all but one northern trade route, while the orcs are making a habit of savaging our beaches.
Yes, we've had the unfortunate benefit of meeting them.
That's not to mention that at the top of this whole caboodle, there's rumors of some new religious sect or cult or some such sticking its tendrils into the innocent, seven-fearing folks of Sicil. And, while we're on the subject of troubles, I myself have a private matter I'd like to bring to your attention. It involves a magic relic I rather foolishly sought. A weapon called the Staff of Pergamon.
Ooh, what is this about a staff?
What of what now? Oh, you're speaking... you mean the Staff of Pergamon. Yes, yes. I was expecting a shipment of weapons, and among the cargo was this very powerful, very rare staff. I managed to place the order through means somewhat, atypical to a government official.
Okay.
Cecil proved an old fool, though. For the merchant slated to deliver it to me has just informed me that the damn thing has gone missing. I fear it may have fallen into the wrong hands, and I wonder if you could retrieve it for me.
Well, yeah, I would like to, but, I really need to stay focused at the moment. I'm looking for, any information about Jake's murder.
Jake murdered? Oh, yes. Yes, now I recall. Indeed. I could hardly believe it myself. The Counselor and I have certainly had our differences over the years, but old squabbles evaporate under such circumstances. Most of the townsfolk are certain Jake's wife Esmeralda is responsible. In fact, the Legion have taken her into protective custody to keep her safe from the mob.
Oh.
As you can imagine, I've known Esmeralda for years. That business between her and the Duke of Ferrol was always a bit, suggestive. But I've never had cause to suspect her of violence. Still, one never knows for sure.
Well, who is this Duke of Ferrol?
An all-right bloke, apart from all this Esmeralda nonsense. The whole town knows the only goal of his business trips to Sicil is to spend a night or two at the King Crab Inn with Mrs. Counselor.
Well, I guess that's it for now. Is that Cecilia? No, that's Charlene. Well, who is Charlene? Let's see if we can't possibly speak to her.
The lesser key of Sadakandras. Ugh, what
A
nonsense.
source hunter! Oh, what a sight for sore Sicilian eyes!
Nice to meet you, Charlene. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Me? I live alone here in town. Used to be that my younger brother Tom and I were practically joined at the hip, but that's all changed now.
What happened to your brother?
Oh, he's always been something of a rascal, calling his petty hooliganism adventuring and endlessly worrying my poor mind. Oh, but of course, I've always loved that scamp to bits. For my part, I encouraged him to join the Legion. Even got him sparring with Captain Aureus now and then. But then those blasted Fabulous Five came into town.
Fabulous Five?
That band of... I don't even know what to call them. Well, they're his heroes, and I simply couldn't prevent him from going to see them. That one meeting was all it took for Tom to run off with them on some mission to God knows where.
Okay, well, if I see
Machiavelli
him,
and the
I will
first
ask him
edition
to
too.
check back with you. Now, I saw some interesting characters up there in that library, but I want to leave them be for now. I'm more focused on getting into this room and seeing if... Okay, we can't go in that way. Maybe because she's not in the bathtub. We can get in there and look around.
Where are the good stuff?
Let's give it a try.
Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes. Join the Spud Club if you've got an eye for farm potatoes.
All right, let's try this again.
On the move for cheese.
Now, she's not in the tub. I'm going to talk to her. I'm going to try.
Fancy that! A source hunter barging in when the lady of the house is fully dressed. Who could have fathomed such a thing?
Let's go ahead and just pick up this pyramid.
Striking it rich!
We will be back. All right, well, Esmeralda, I guess, is our next order of business. So let's check our map.
Any takers? Come on, you chickens.
She's over here. Let's talk to Esmeralda, since she was his wife, and see if there's anything interesting.
Let's see. Halibut?
Oh, is that where we need to go?
Can't you hear the stage calling you?
Okay, we need to come up here, I think.
Come on.
Yep, it's her shop.
Can't you hear the stage calling you?
So tell me, Septimus, would your wife or sweetheart be compensated by the Legion should tragedy befall you on the battlefield?
I suppose so, milady. But seeing that I'm neither married, engaged, or attached in any way, I've never bothered to inquire.
Polite, handsome, and single. Don't go anywhere tonight, Legionnaire. I'd be afraid alone in the dark.
Oh my goodness, her husband was just killed, and she is flirting with the Legionnaire, Septimus. Okay. Oh, look at this. Oh my goodness.
My, what a strong and handsome officer you are, kind Septimus. You must have fought many a battle, am I right? In fact, I bet you're a real war hero.
Oh, I'm no hero, Esmeralda dearest. I'm just doing my duty, you know. For the Legion.
Well, you...
Legion's greetings. I have been informed about your heroics on the beach. Were that I had been there to partake in the battle. But my duties lie here. Sworn as I am to protect Lady Esmeralda from the rabble that would enforce summary justice on her. Even though she is, until proven guilty, wholly innocent.
Well, yes, I apologize for breaking up your little tete-a-tete there. However, I have some questions.
And what questions are those?
Is there anything you can tell me about Sicile that is interesting?
Tragedy flocks to this place, like goblins to a boar carcass. None of us guessed, when we were assigned to Sicile, that we were about to embark on a years-long stint in the unluckiest city in Rivellon. Undead orcs, ghosts, what's next? Man-eating zombie crabs?
Tell me a little bit about these undead. People keep mentioning them. I haven't seen them yet.
I've fought orcs crazed with blood liquor. Withstood assaults by ogres wielding clubs made of human bones and teeth. Aye, I've braved the poisonous spear tips of goblins aplenty. But never did I know fear until I faced the undead. Not a pleasant thing for a legionnaire to feel fear. But there you have it nonetheless.
Do you know anything about Jake's death?
Jake's murder is, in a word, a tragedy. He was well loved in all of Sicile. The Council of Seven couldn't have wished for a better ambassador. That he of all people should have braved the undead siege for so long, only to be felled by foul sorcery, is heartrending.
Well, I think I already know the answer, but what do you think about Esmeralda?
So fair a lady I have seldom seen in all of Rivellon, my friend. And I have traveled more extensively than migratory birds do. She stands accused of murder, but in my mind, her presumed guilt is a fallacy, and indeed a fabrication. Steadfast will I guard her. Never will I waver unless absolute proof of her culpability should be brought before me. And I hold no such proof exists.
All right then. Thank you for your time. I suppose we should talk to Esmeralda.
Lords above, grant me patience. You're a source hunter, aren't you? Here because you think I killed my husband. How many times do I need to state and restate my complete innocence in the matter?
Well, what do you want to know?
Oh. What do you know about Sicile?
Sicile had the biggest economy in all of Andervale before all these recent troubles. We're all holding out hope that prosperity hasn't fled for good.
What do you know about these undead?
Sometimes I forget they're even out there, to be honest. Remember above all to stay behind the wall, we tell our children. And when you've been heeding your own advice for seasons on end, you almost start to forget what the fuss was about in the first place. Better not to, though. They're still out there, the dead, and from the looks of it, they'll always be.
Huh. Can you tell me a little bit more about yourself?
I am Esmeralda, wife of Jake, and now, alas, his widow. Poor man. We were both so young when we married. He so rich and I so poor, but his one and only princess just the same.
I've been told your husband collected something called Starstone. Do you know anything about that?
Starstone? I've never heard of such a thing. Dear Jake had a mineral collection, yes. As far as I knew, it was one of his pastimes, nothing more. Do you mean to imply he collected something dangerous? Something that may have gotten him into trouble? Oh, this is all too much. I feel like I'm drifting from nightmare into nightmare.
Oh. Do you know anything at all about his murder?
Like I told just about every legionnaire in town, I don't know anything about poor Jake's murder. I want his killer found and tried, but everyone suspects me of this evil deed. And you're no different, are you? So what happened? Some of them tittle-tattling crab chasers down the pub call me a murderous gold digger and you believe them? These insinuations truly go beyond the pale. Oh, I think I'm getting one of my headaches.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you. I'll take my leave.
She seems to be quite adamant about her innocence.
We'll need to look for evidence if we want to prove she actually did the evil deed.
You are, kind Septimus.
Well,
You must have
what's
fought many a
interesting
battle,
to
am I
me
right?
is she mentioned
In fact, I
Jake's
bet you're
mineral
a real
collection.
war hero.
So
Oh,
I
I'm
think
no hero,
we
Esmeralda
need to
Davis.
look for that.
I'm just doing my duty, you know.
So let's
the Legion.
check around and see.
Well, you certainly are my hero.
I guess this is a
the
shop.
rock upon which I may
Okay, that
rest my
door's
weary
locked.
soul in these trying and troubled times.
Never fear, milady.
Let's see.
As long as I'm around, no hair on your haloed head shall be
Let's
harmed.
go upstairs. Now here's a key. Okay, that's a key to her house. Let's take the key.
The seventh grand abundance!
All right, she didn't see us take this, but we need to look and see if we can find this mineral collection. Guess we should go ahead and sneak. Smelly panties? Oh. No thank you. I don't think that's going to be helpful. Why would you keep smelly panties in a chest? Interesting. Folded shirts. Ooh, here's a collection over here. Malachite, moonstone, Star Pebble. There's another Star Pebble. Moonstone, diamond. It's another Star Pebble. Okay. But I don't know if these moonstones are going to be anything, so we're going to take those. And I'm going to leave those other ones behind. All right, let's see. Plague grenade. Ooh, let's take that. Static cloud arrowhead. Ooh, it's used in the crafting of a special arrow. Okay. Well, we found those starstones. Let's get out of here and go see if they mean anything. Maybe we'll take a look at them once we get outside. And we have the key to her house. So if she's not looking, maybe we can get into those other rooms if we need to. Okay, so we have 3 Star Pebbles and a moonstone. Experts claim this stone can be found in many quarries, but folks rumor it falls from the moon itself. All right, you know what? We are going to head on over and see if we can't speak to Arhu. Because we haven't been to his study yet. So I don't think that she had anything to do with this murder over the Starstone, because those were just sitting in the cupboard, you know. So
Have some pity.
who's this guy?
One coin or two, noble spirit? One coin or two?
Who are you?
Oh, I am a happy man, and certainly a humble one now. It turns out losing it all has its own share of benefits.
How did you, lose it all?
A fool once was I, and ever seeking greater satisfaction than that which I already enjoyed. In my folly, I sought the counsel of those notorious Watcher statues on the western cliffs. Their guidance ruined any small fortune I might have had, but certainly granted me humility.
What are these Watcher statues?
I'd heard they were not to be trusted, that they gave fools advice to the fools who sought them, but somehow I believed that I was the exception.
I see.
They told me that I would find fame and renown if I renounced my worldly possessions, all my worldly possessions, and became a great figure of piety and humility.
All right.
Fire, the most thorough cleanser, was my method. But as my house burned in front of me, I felt no elevation, no piety, only the sudden weight of my own idiocy upon my very soul.
Yeah, that wasn't the smartest choice. Well, we don't have a lot, but here, take this gold piece for now.
Thank you, kind one.
All right, well, maybe we can help him out again once we've get a little bit more on our feet. All right, Roderick, why don't you go ahead and collect everything you can.
Have some pity.
All right. Let's get to Arhu's. Let's see. We want to go here.
Cruel fortune.
Okay.
Those boats would embarrass a bridge troll. Get to shining, recruits.
Sorry, sir.
Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most.
You think that's funny, Private?
Sir, no, sir.
Okay, let's go this way. I remember him mentioning his place was up some stairs. I wonder if that's it right there. No, it's not. It's inside here.
Hey, Tull. I think that was an insult.
Don't pay attention.
Up these stairs. Don't really want to talk to that ignorant captain again. Arhu? Are you here? Hello? I think he's here. There he is. Knock, knock.
Source Hunter, welcome, welcome.
Thank you. Oh, I found the second teleporter in Lady Cecilia's bathroom. Didn't peg you for a peeping tomcat.
What? I'd never. If you must know, I was merely checking up on Maxine, the mayor's cat.
Ah.
What a delight she is. The temperament of a tiger, the grace of a leopard, and the manners of a lady all rolled into one. A perfect puss, if ever there was one.
Do you, I might have some information on Source Hunter stuff. Do you have anything you want to discuss with me about that?
By all means.
Is there more you can tell me about the strangers that seem to be in league with the orcs?
Strangers leading orcs? Humans? But that would be like kittens leading a wolf pack.
Yes, it would.
And yet, I have heard rumors about a sect of sorts. A shadowy set of worshippers that associate even with orcs. Some say they're sorcerers. But people will say that about anyone who behaves a bit strangely nowadays.
Well, Roderick and I got in a short battle with some orcs, and there was a human there, and he was casting. So he might have been one of them.
I don't know quite what to make of this news, but thank you for informing me. It would be wise not to dismiss such a curious event out of hand.
Yes, I agree. What about the murder?
Of course. I hope your investigation fares well.
Well, what happened the night of the murder? Do you have any info on that?
I can but piece together what few morsels fell from the grapevine into a rather disappointing meal, I'm afraid. They say a woman arrived in the King Crab Inn sometime after midnight. She retired to a room on the ground floor where she was soon joined by a man who had been nursing the same cup of wine for hours. I say man and woman because both of them were cloaked and recognized by none. About an hour later, another figure arrived, headed for the same room. Soon after, a terrible commotion erupted and the thundering light of magic was witnessed by the few remaining patrons. It took a while for the landlord to pluck up the courage to enter the mystery room. When finally he did, he found Jake there, dead.
Interesting. So those other people did not leave through the door. That is interesting indeed.
How and why he came to be there, no one knows. But I had a good look around the scene of the crime before the Legion barred anyone from entering. The traces of magic I felt were vile. Source, no doubt.
What about his corpse?
It might be a bit late to inspect the body, in that it has already been buried. It may be worth your while to speak to the mortician, though.
Okay.
Chap called Roberts. He has a house by the graveyard.
Roberts. Okay, well, who do you think are the suspects?
I myself have none. Even though the rest of the town has already mentally tried and convicted Jake's wife, Esmeralda. Now, it may well be established that she is, in fact, the guilty party. I'm not claiming that I'm certain she's innocent, but let's just say that if I really thought this murder case would be so very easily resolved, I wouldn't have sent for source hunters.
True. Okay, well, any other information about Cyseal that you haven't shared?
And what might those be?
Well, what do you know about the undead?
In truth, I don't know. They've been clawing their way out of the ground for 2 years now, and for 2 years the stalemate between them and the living has been dragging on at a weary pace indeed.
I see.
The Legion did a good job keeping them at bay, but I think it's fair to say that without my magic-infused ballistae, they'd have gotten the better of us by now. Someone is responsible for the outbreak. Necromancers are at work, but who are they and where do they hide? Alas, that searching for them is like searching for a single louse in a lion's fur.
Well, let's see. I wonder...
How can I help you, my friend?
Well... I have these moonstones. And you have a mortar and pestle. Okay, so those didn't do anything. I don't want to give him my Star Pebbles. Let's go talk to this gravedigger person at the graveyard. Where's the graveyard? That would be the question.
She could do any real damage.
The mortician.
Damage? Are you joking?
Okay, we're gonna head on over that way.
Ah, come on with the dramatics. It's not as bad as all that.
The face, Furious! She bit me in the face!
Look on the bright side. Everyone knows the ugly soldiers are the most ferocious.
Ugly'll be the least of it. The beast looks rabid.
In that case, you'll have the pleasure of putting her down yourself.
It's heating up.
Okay, there's the portal. Let's see, are we getting closer? I believe we have to go this way. Let's go up the stairs. Actually, no. Here, we need to come in over this side.
Your head's growing more swollen than saffrons, I dare say.
Okay, is this the Mortician's morgue? Alright, let's go in there. Let me do the talking. What little charm I have. See if anybody's home. Okay. Nobody's here. I wonder if we need to... No, I'm not going to go to the graveyard. Can we go in there? We can. Alrighty. Robert's ledger.
I've got my eyes on the prize.
Let's take a look at that. Furthermore, I find it impossible that any but Mayor Cecil, Captain Arias, Evelyn, or Esmeralda would have been able to gain access to the body without my noticing. A corpse can't just vanish into thin air, and even if it could, it's not as though a strong wind could blow a sack of gold onto the empty slab. No, one of them must have been involved. But as long as no one goes digging up Jake's coffin, I don't see how the crime could ever be traced back to me. It was
Looks like the mortician is rather suspicious about Jake.
What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Orius, or Evelyn have to do with it?
Oh, who's Evelyn? I don't recall speaking to Evelyn. Oh my goodness. Okay. So... let's look upstairs. There's Roberts there. Let's say hello. Maybe we can get some more info. Hello, Roberts.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death?
Well, hello, Roberts. Can you tell me about yourself and this place?
This here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Roberts escorting stiffs into the next life since the foundation of Seal itself. They don't write epics about morticians, but I'm proud of my work nonetheless.
I was speaking to Arhu, and he mentioned that you took care of Jake. Do you know anything about Jake's murder?
Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like.
That's true.
I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace.
Okay, northern graveyard. What about his body? Was there anything suspicious?
How do you... Ah, the ledger, is it? Fool was I to leave it in the open. Or perhaps I even looked forward to being found out. Well, as you know, I have my suspects in the matter, What would you like to know?
Well, the mayor is definitely not. I don't know who Evelyn
I
is.
know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few in this city could manage to transport a corpse without raising eyebrows. It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary, and there was something about her that night. Some kind of excitement.
Okay, see, we haven't talked to her
Seemed
yet.
she could barely contain her thoughts, that there was something thrilling about to happen. I can't quite settle it in my mind how a young medical professional would have such a strange reaction to an occasion such as that. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead, for an exorbitant price considering what he was getting. I never did figure what he wanted it for, but he sure seemed eager.
Okay, I do not believe either one of these are involved. Let's change the subject. About the bag of gold you received for keeping quiet about his body. Who gave you that?
That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair, and I certainly plan on making some use of it.
Okay, let's see. I could charm him. I could intimidate him. Or I could reason. Oh my goodness, he's a level 3. None of these are going to work for me. I'm just going to try to charm him. See, he's only got charm 3, and I've got charm 1, so this may work. Let's try. We're going. I haven't lost yet. Try it again. So whenever I think I figured it out. Whenever he has the right answer, he gets as many points as what's over here. So, yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay. So he's not going to give us the
Killer
money.
of the community? Ha! Half this city doesn't know my name, and the other half regards me as the spirit of death itself. I'll keep my reward, thanks, and the community can think whatever it wants.
Okay, so we didn't do so well with that. He doesn't like us now. So we are going to have to talk to Evelyn. But I think we're going to leave that till next episode. Thank you for joining me, everybody. If you're enjoying the series, please give a like and subscribe. And next episode, we're going to hunt down this Evelyn person and this doctor and maybe look for the house that they bought. Take care, all. Hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.